It's a lie! No!
What's up, guys? This is Jeff. And this is Nino.
What's up, Papa? Hi, Mr.
We have a Papo staying with us for a little bit.
This is the Buffalo House dog.
Yeah, he's from the Buffalo
original
House.
Buffalo
Is he
House.
part buffalo?
Yes.
He is now.
He is
I can see the
definitely
transmutation, just as long as it's not like anything like Full Metal Alchemist, like
No.
episode 4.
We do joke, my brother and I, we joke that he's actually just like a really small man in a dog costume.
He's really happy, it seems like, though.
Always.
Smart.
Yeah. Just always just like, I don't know, seems happy-go-lucky about it, so.
He's great. He's
Yeah.
a great dog.
He's got real bad separation anxiety though.
Yeah.
Like, which for you, when you ever get a dog, make sure you swap them locks out, because he knows how to push the door open. And I was taking a shower yesterday, and the door opened. And
Oh yeah, none of those doors are very solid.
yeah,
I thought you were about to just be like, you know, like in separation anxiety, and you know, like with you, it's getting a little much, man. Like, like I need my space, and
they're the
I'm
wrong
just
drinks.
not. I'm sorry.
They are the wrong drinks.
Oh well,
Go for it.
I tested negative for COVID, so cheers.
Oh, I was like different ice cubes.
Here, no, different ice cubes. Then let's do it. We cheers about it. It's fine. There we go. I like your coasters though.
Thank you. My grandpa, yeah. So yeah, obviously.
sorry, no one cheers me, so I cheers.
Oh,
you guys
sorry.
I gotta get.
Cheers
to the streets.
to the streets.
But it's good to have you on, man.
I'm really
and
happy to be on here.
Just so the audience knows, we're gonna, Nino, I told you, separation anxiety, man. But just so the audience knows, we had a couple shots before this. Brandon had a little smoky smoke. So it's gonna be one of those episodes.
But yeah,
But Jeff's here, man. We're excited.
he is the man responsible for our beautiful photo shoot.
For the Maid shoot. He's
I
the
just
one.
documented the magic that happened. That was I happened to be blessed to be in the room while that happened. To be honest,
I want to tell this story more. When we were doing the flower petals on the ground, he's standing above us going, yes, yes, yes.
it's funny actually. That's really funny because my brother and I, Mitch, him and I used to go out shooting all the time, and we used to go and just like night shoot. We used to go run around and just just be the kids that we are. You know, almost.
Yeah.
He's almost 30. I'm almost probably half 30. You know, whatever.
Yeah,
But
same.
and back in the day when we used to just go on night rides and when we had the energy, one thing he always used to make fun of me for was the fact that like when I got finally a good shot, because I used to take like with the camera, you know, you take burst shots and like there's always a couple things that go on when you're trying to get the right shot, and I always used to have a catchphrase like, I take it and then he's like, did you get it? And I'm like, I look at the camera, we're good. And that was like the catchphrase, and he's just like, that's the one time that he's like, okay, we can move on from there, and I just like hurry up and pedal out from like the current spot we're at and stuff.
I knew though. 'cause,
Yeah.
like, I like had the flower petal in my hand, and I reached up towards you, and you're like, yes. And I was like, this is a good one.
Yeah,
And the fucking
yeah.
chair
Feel free
one
to
too,
adjust
man.
it.
Hello.
The chair one too.
This
that
is-
one,
this is
I was,
my-
like joking with you. I was like, hey, how do my arms look? And you're like, honestly, dude, really good. And
Honestly.
I was like, yeah, this is gonna be my profile picture for sure. And I didn't
Honestly,
even have to look
honestly,
at it.
his arms looked the most immaculate at the times of the pictures taken.
Just at the time of the picture, though.
Only
Now they're
pictures taken. I still like your arms. It's okay.
They're covered by the streets, though, man.
It was fun.
I had that carpet at my house
Dude.
as a child, and I appreciate the fact that you guys have those on. And I kind of coordinated a little bit, not intentionally, but hey,
Yeah.
you know, represent
Yeah.
up north Michigan, man.
Hell yeah.
I found this at a jerky outlet.
Youper.
Youper, man.
It's
Oh,
the Youpers.
it's like the politically correct Canadians. They're politically incorrect because they're Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically.
A friend of mine actually, we were talking about like doppelgangers, and someone was like, every dude in Michigan looks the same. And then they pointed at me and they're like, yeah, see, Edie looks like every single Michigan dude. And I was like, I'm from Kansas.
I'm from
And
Kansas.
she's like, no, like, Kansas is basically just like a subgenre of Michigan. And I was like,
Not really.
what? And then I started thinking about it and was like, holy shit, Kansas and Michigan are the same. Like, just more corn down there, really.
Just more ethanol. They probably get it cheaper.
More
It's no
corn,
big deal.
we have more
Yeah.
trees.
Ethanol down there.
You were just like, I had a smart car. Like,
Yeah, it's like 65 cents for ethanol down there, dude.
I have a doppelganger story that I still, because do you know the theory about, or the supposed thing that happens when you meet your doppelganger?
I've heard it. I have not met one of mine yet, but there are several.
Do you know what's supposed to happen if you meet your actual doppelganger? The lesser one is supposed to die, I think.
Oh.
Like, you're supposed to, like, if you see it, it's basically just like it's a paradox and like cancels out. That's why I refuse to watch the video game episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
I refuse. I refuse.
Oh.
I refuse to
Brandon,
watch the
it is
fucking
at
episode
7
of
minutes
Black
and
Mirror.
5 seconds or whatever it pops up on your timer. Edit. I'll send you the picture. Pop it right here. You don't watch this section. Right there. That's not Jeff.
No, it's like Russell Crowe's kid or some shit. Yeah,
dude,
no.
It is. I watched it.
And apparently,
it was
his mannerisms are exactly the same and
same.
everything. Like, and like, I refuse to. I've never watched
Same.
Black Mirror because of that.
I can.
I
Imagine
can't.
It.
I
Now
can't watch
Now that
it.
you're saying Russell Crowe, I can kind of see
It's
it.
some. I think I don't remember
You
whose
kinda
kid it
look
is.
like young Russell Crowe.
Manny.
I do. Thank you. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's. I think he's right. If I think
When
the
he was
name.
like, you know,
In his prime,
when he was
probably.
in the like Gladiator, not like now. When he's
not the
like,
Hateful Eight. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty pudge.
He was in
now.
Hateful Eight,
No
right?
offense, I mean he's older. He's allowed to just chill.
He's in Hateful Eight, wasn't he? Wasn't he the dude?
Yeah, he was in Hateful Eight.
Do you know in that movie? Did you guys happen to see the movie? I didn't happen to see
I
it,
think
but
I've seen
I know
it,
the
but I
facts
don't
of it.
remember.
It too much. Sorry, I'm texting Manny to remind us to edit that.
In that movie, apparently, in the scene where there is a guitar, like someone's playing a guitar, it's an actual, like, the authentic version of that, like, historic guitar. And Russell Crowe's character is supposed to come up and take it and, like, smash it. They were supposed to cut from that,
Come here.
but he just, like, did it. And that thing was like $100
no.
grand, like $100 grand,
Oh,
like
no.
authentic, like antique guitar that they just like destroyed. Like he just like took and like, could you imagine like the producer just sitting there and he's just like, I'm done. Like I'm just fucking done.
Speaking
Oh
of
my
shit
God.
that happened that shouldn't have happened, you know that the Justin Timberlake album cover where he's stomping on the disco ball?
No, or maybe
It's the disco ball, like the shiny mirror thing. He's stomping on it, and then the album cover, you can see it kind of looks like his leg is like angled. There's a shot right after where he's laying on the ground because he like cut the back of his leg, and there's like blood everywhere, and like they didn't release those photos for like 5 years or something.
like the
yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, but literally, like, he stomps into it, and you can see in his face, like, in the album cover, he's in pain because he cut the hell out of his leg.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's like that's like the Tom Cruise thing when the Mission Impossible, like where
Yeah.
like he
Oh
jumps
my
that thing and he
God,
just
yeah.
breaks his ankle and he gets up and just keeps going. Like, dude, if I happen to get into method acting, it's like you don't want to inspire. Truly, like
don't wanna
you don't
inspire.
want to aspire to get hurt. I mean, unless you're a fucking sociopath that wants to just like get some chops for whatever. Like at the end of the day, if your acting is good, your acting is good.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to like. You can be normal. You don't have to be a method actor to be great. But method acting does promote some, you know,
Yeah. Well, we
better
did that.
sources and stuff.
That music video we did where we were, like, terrorists.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
no, we were robbers.
Yeah, we were robbers, and
You guys ever play cops and robbers when you were younger?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy, like,
yeah.
they couldn't get the scene right. They couldn't make it look real enough to like smash us into the wall. And I just turned to the dude who was supposed to smash me into the wall, and I was like, "Do it for real, dude." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, smash me into the wall." So you can see him next to me, and like they push him a little bit, and then me, I'm just like,
Also,
But-
like, they didn't know how to look like accurate. Like
they
were
didn't know
supposed
how
to
to
be like.
storm a room. So
Or,
like, I
okay,
was
that's
like,
what it
"Let
was.
me
No,
do it."
so we were supposed to be guards,
Yeah, and I
and
taught them
they
how to
were
do
like
it.
robbers, and they were supposed to like. I was supposed to be like coming in to like.
They didn't know how to kick a door in, so I was like, "May I try and show you?" And like the person who
Sophisticated
owns-
door kicking.
the person who owned
Andrew
the
Edie.
building was like, what? And then I was like, yeah, you do it like this. And I just went, bam! And she's like, please don't break my door.
And then we had to show them how to like
actually come in and clean
Kinda.
the room and like
at least somewhat better knowledge.
they literally
than what
they were
doing.
walking in. Not to make fun of them if they ever
They
watch
were-
this, they probably
They won't.
But they came in.
Just
and,
monologue stare. They're not. No one's watching.
Well, the guy who recorded it might. The guy who did the video might watch it, but they literally came in and they're like, to clear the room, and I'm like, no, you come in down and you point up and then go in like that.
There's
It's
a
circle.
my roommate. Obviously, you know my roommate very well.
Yeah.
He's very understanding of tactical measures.
Yeah,
When it comes to
He was a mercenary, man.
yeah.
He did
So
more than I did.
yeah, I've heard many stories. Some only came out when alcohol was present. Justifiably, because you know some stories are not to be told, or don't have to be told necessarily. But him and I cannot sit down, or rather, he cannot. And if I happen to be present, he cannot sit there and take any movie seriously if gun etiquette is not proper ever. No, and I'm starting to see it. It rubbed off on me, and I also I have a good cinematographer friend, Brandon. He always talks about like the lighting and situations. So like when I watch a movie.
Okay.
Keller? Yeah.
That was the
Brandon
guy
Keller.
who did the music video. Yeah. So
Wait, what
he-
music
It was
video?
a band. It was the band. It was a band he was working with.
Oh, okay.
It was a while ago.
It was a while.
We'll
a while ago.
Because you'll be like, it was who?
I think I might know. I think I might. Was it in the past like 3 years?
Roughly.
Maybe yeah.
Bro.
No, 4.
Maybe not. Then I don't know.
Yeah, it was-
I remember.
It was at least.
It was
'cause
at
it
least
was-
3.
It was at least a year and a half before me and Melissa were dating.
Yeah, and I was still in the army, like in the reserves.
Yeah, so-
I remember
It was a
you
while
were
ago.
always like like before you and I kind of like became a little bit more closer. Like you were kind of like back and forth between the army and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember one time I asked you, I think it was from Mitch's party or something, or my brother's party, that like hey, could you like help? Or I was like, hey, like we need to like get like some alcohol for like a party or something.
Melissa,
Yeah.
can you let him out? I'm pretty sure he's got to pee. You want to go potty?
I remember one time he like I was like, hey, like yeah, I'm trying to like get like I'm trying to make different cocktails for my brother's birthday party or something like that. And you just like you're just like, I got it. And I was like, what do you mean? And you're just like,
He's so good
I
at
want
this.
from and I was like, what does that mean? And you're just like, suffrage is tax free. And I was like,
Yeah.
what's up?
I hope. Well, I feel like nobody from Mitch's party remembers me because of the drinks I made.
Yep.
But if you remember getting blacked out at Mitch's party, hi.
You're welcome.
Pool party in Roseville was the sickest shit ever, dude.
Dude, I remember.
Anything we brought drinks to,
Yeah.
they mostly don't remember.
I remember some girl. She wasn't
If it
even
was a
trying to
jungle
be.
juice.
She wasn't trying to be creepy, but she was like. She looked at me. I was manning the grill, and I was making drinks for people, and she was like,
You're manning the grill and making drinks
yeah.
for me.
And she's like, "You have like the best dad vibes," and I was like, "That's what I strive for."
I think I know
She was
exactly
like-
who that was too.
She was like, I want to call you daddy, but not in a weird way. And I was like,
It's very comforting. Like I want you to talk to me about like my college tuition.
I was like, dude, I talked to her about taxes, man. Like I convinced her. I was like, I don't know if she did, but I convinced her to get an LLC. And was like, you have to get an LLC. You can write off all these taxes and this and that. And she's like, how do you know this? And I was like, I'm your dad now.
I'm your dad. Look at me. I'm your dad now.
I'm
Like
your dad now.
I
Dude,
have no idea if
that-
that works.
that brings me back to
I
this.
feel like it killed anything that could have been down there.
Yeah, but I mean, like I know how you are. You're just like, that was a win for me. Like
Yeah, I got to be
Fuck
a
it.
dad for a day.
That was cool.
What's ironic is like episode 18, I talked about how I didn't want to be a dad, but I'm everyone's dad. You specifically.
Yeah, watch out.
There's only like 8 people that made it this far. They're like, me?
I don't know, man. You got Jeff Mullins on this thing. You're probably about to get like my mom and dad to watch, dude.
Hey.
Probably.
No.
We're
No,
actually
it's
I've been like,
fine.
dude,
No,
I've been
we,
so under the radar. It's not even funny.
It's
I
fine.
jumped into the radar hard the last few months, man.
I broke the radar.
I think the radar's done. But
All the shit posting.
I got.
I've got going back to what we were talking about before the podcast, how we're like not really in a circle of friends, but we jump into the circles. I pulled some shit last week where I hit up everyone and was like, I need you to blow up the bromance episode for me for him. And like everyone was like, yep, we fucking love you guys. Like, they don't watch it that much, but I was like, just do this for me. And like everyone was like, when are we hanging out again? And I'm like, when COVID's gone.
Yeah, dude, you never know what's gonna happen, like, cause especially when that obviously is like done. And unfortunately, I feel like COVID's gonna be residual effects forever at this point. It's gonna be like the new 9/11, like where it's just like things just change. Yeah. New norms are gonna be a thing, and you know what? I'm kind of happy I don't eat a fucking hamburger after I pump my gas now without hand sanitizing. That's a new thing I get to do now.
That was me. I was a nurse, man. So like when I was sick, I would wear a mask. I constantly use hand sanitizer. Like if I go somewhere, like if I pump gas, I got hand sanitizer in my car. If I like go out to eat, I always go wash my hands. People are like, yo, aren't your hands clean? I'm like, dude, I haven't washed my hands in a couple hours. You know, like I'm going to go clean my hands before I touch my face. You know, like, or if I see somebody, I never I hate shaking hands. I always like
the moment that you're just like, I haven't washed my hands in hours. I'm just like picturing you just like manically touching as much as you can without just like, I haven't washed it yet. I haven't washed yet. Like, just like, dude, I touched fucking horse shit, and then just like you just like have bloodshot eyes, just like touching all the bacteria. Like
so bad. Like I'm not a germaphobe, but I'm so bad. I will wash my hands before and after I use the restroom.
I mean, because that door handle is weird, man.
You don't know, and I respect myself.
Because like a dude could have walked in there and just been like, right before you walk in, and like you don't know where his hand was just at to get the, you know what I mean? Like, and just it's weird.
You got Coke on your dick, you know?
I got allergies,
you were doing
dude.
A different kind of.
I got allergies, so.
Now you're having a weird time.
He had allergies, so he was sneezing in the bathroom.
Dude, I got polyps. Chill out.
Yo, why are you sneezing on the mirror right now?
That's so weird.
Why is it? Do you have?
Why are you sneezing in reverse?
Ow! That just like hurt. That's like. I felt like I just laughed with water in my mouth and it just went to my sinuses, and I don't have anything right now.
Oh man. You know what's gonna be funny? The next guest.
This
episode, right. The next guest we're trying to get on is a very important person to me, and it's gonna be a very serious guest. Like, there's your hint, by the way. Who's important to me? Kratos.
Can I like forever? Never mind. I'll explain later.
Try to remember.
I will. I definitely will. It's the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, actually, it's going very quick. We're like, depending on the time frame and the editing, we're like 15, 20 minutes in.
Oh, that's a shame, dude. I'm having too much fun with this.
Yeah.
I want it to like.
Oh no.
I want to be like an extended cut.
Honestly, I've been
I'm your extended
to do
cut.
like a 2-hour-long episode. And like,
I mean, just split up the episodes.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do like a random bonus episode, and now that I said random bonus,
I'm right down the street. I'm right down the street. Like I will happily do that, like anytime, because I actually have like a weird excitement about being interviewed because I do have a lot of stories about the things that like I would like to say that I've led since my involvement with any of like the arts and photography and music and stuff like that, and like the people I've came across. I've got to like the reason why I got into photography or any kind of like media stuff when it came down to the arts or anything like that was because I watched a documentary with my father a long time ago, where it was John Lennon's photographer, and he like
I have his book.
And just whatever it was, like I wanted to get the show that was off stage, like forever. Like I wanted to know what those artists were talking about, like when they didn't give a fuck about the music they were playing. What were they talking about? Like who were they hanging out with? It's like it's the weird thing because like you might see like this like I don't know, like an Elon Musk person. I'm putting a very very weird like fantasy like scenario or whatever like that. Like not my fantasy, just probably someone's. But But like imagine like an engineer or something like that like is of like you know a super aerospace engineer hanging out with like Axl Rose at their prime, and like this guy's like splitting atoms while this guy is selling out stadiums. What the fuck are they talking about?
If you want to
That'd be
talk
cool.
about someone's actual fantasy, my dad actually mentioned this to me last week. He was talking about that exact thing, where it's like a rock star hanging out with like Elon Musk. And it kind of made me feel a little shitty, but also really good, because my brother is the Elon Musk. And I'm like the comedian rock star. And it's like two things that should not mix, that mix behind the scenes, but people don't see. Like, if people actually knew my brother, like, he's a software architect, not an engineer.
That's a lot.
An architect.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then I'm getting into the comedy shit, and like, that's been going on between me and him. We've known each other over 20 years now. So like, you know, he's my stepbrother, so I have to caveat.
Can we tell the Under Oath story?
Can we do another shot?
Save
first? Are you cool with another shot?
it for the
Yeah,
second
save it
half.
for the second half. We'll do the
Save it for the
other
second
one
half.
for the
Are we doing two? Are we doing 2 episodes right now?
Well, we have to
we have to
split.
cut.
Okay,
The
okay.
camera, there's a weird
30
thing.
second.
For sure.
30 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
But we'll do another shot in the transition.
Okay.
Which we got to figure out how we want to do the transition. So,
Is it like similar to what I did earlier?
If you want,
If
or
you
we
want.
can just.
Oh, I can.
sit-
I
or
can.
just sit.
I can go just balls out, dude.
Be careful.
might have scared the
I'm not
dog.
gonna. I'm not gonna balls. Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
honestly, you might have, because the
We
dog
can
was
just.
back there.
We'll just do a quick. You do a shot, and then
Yeah.
we'll.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'll use something with the shot.
I feel like there's too much chaos
you wanna do the
between
shot.
me and you.
What do you mean? There wasn't. There not really. I mean, I feel like you and I like definitely had chaos around us
We did.
all
Well,
the time,
I
but
mean-
never. That was the only time that it actually coexisted.
Yeah, that was the only time you and I were. the
It
chaos.
definitely helped with the shoot because we were all. It was pretty much just nothing but us trying to laugh
Yeah, for the maid shoot,
for
the
a
chaos
perfect
for all of
shot.
us.
Like
Yeah.
it was just like hold your
Literally.
laughter shot. Oh,
I love doing photography. Like I had this one engagement shoot recently, and I brought out the Russian voice that I just did earlier, and I would just be like, "Smile for the camera, smile, pretty, so good, so pretty. Oh, just keep smiling. Don't hold her like that. Smile, okay." And it works, like, cause, me trying to like, you know, I do singing as a hobby and stuff like that right now. I'd like to turn into something greater eventually, but right now it has helped me do character voices plenty.
Yeah.
Like
Mine's the opposite. Character voices actually helped me get into singing.
it helps because you learn your
you
stuff
learn
and then
how
you
to
learn how to
control
control
it.
it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And just like, Brandon Keller does this one thing like where he walks in and he greets my roommate's dog. Hi, hello, hello. I'm like, but it's like, but I just did head voice. He does it and it's like he could like belt like that, and it's just it's astonishing.
Dude, he was a phenomenal vocalist.
Vocalist, really?
Yeah.
For Banshee?
Like, he didn't do any of the vocals for Banshee, but
He's
he was
backup,
a
right?
phenomenal vocalist.
he did some backup
He
stuff.
did backup, but like, I think he was like not to call you out, buddy. I think you're similar to me. I think he was a little too shy to actually put himself out there, but his voice, I heard it a few times. Dude.
Unfortunately, I always really enjoy because like the Banshee pilot stuff. That's anyone that knows like all of us, like everyone's be like, "You're talking about what?" And like,
It's
but
just old.
dude,
It's
back
a
in
local music scene
It
that
rumors,
we
too.
were all part of.
yeah,
How we all met.
it was those shows were always like a no matter what was happening
It was always
in
it
drama,
was- it was
like in the group area or like the commons area, like. That's where like we were talking about like being on the outside circle of things. I got to enjoy just being involved with everyone around that time, like
Yeah.
and I got to like meet so many different people, and obviously like later down the road, some people didn't end up turning out to be cool, but like the people that I did meet, I
life. It's
still
life.
continue to like engage with and stuff. Those times are like basically what founded me to do. I'm not even kidding. Like going into those shows, especially like when I went with Miles Fowler to my first like actual show at Hatchie's, and like that's where I started like actually kind of getting involved with local shows. I didn't even know that was a thing, and then I started getting involved. All that interaction and like just experience led me to do like going to the different countries for photography and stuff like that to like do the shit that I was doing. Because
Yeah.
when you're at a show, you're just like, who's this? Who are you? Hi, I'm this. What do you do? It's exactly the same thing I did out in like Costa Rica, Bali, and Greece and stuff like that. Like, I talked to this. I could pull up my phone. I can't remember what the exact name is, but when I was in London, we were in London for 20 hours when we went to our Greece trip that I went on, and I was out in the smoking area because I'm not a dancer at a club. I hate clubs. I realistically hate clubs unless I'm behind like the light person or the sound person or like someone working the
Why do you
show
think I did
itself.
merch?
Yeah, dude, the merch area is the funnest part.
It's the best.
I was chilling out in the smoking area and like I was sitting there and this one I think they were Italian. They came up to me and I couldn't understand them. Obviously, I don't speak Italian.
Yeah,
they came up to me. It's just, they walk up to me and they're like, "You're football." I was like, "Football's okay." Like, yeah, football's cool. And then they're like, "No, are you?" And I was like, I don't know what you're saying. And then they're just like, mm. So they grab their phone and then they show me this one football player, like European football, not American football.
Oh, yeah.
This motherfucker is balding, looks rough, and they're like, "That's you!" And I was like, "No." And I was like, and then they're like, they looked at it, and they looked at me, they looked at it again, they're like, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab another drink. Like, and then I was like sitting out there and I was enjoying like the time out and like it was a really weird club in London. I've never been pat down so hard before. Like they checked like the cushion of my shoes, dude.
People keep knives.
Oh, I mean, stabbing like apparently I was just told today stabbing in London in 2020 went up 20%.
Yeah, it's big there.
You're not even supposed to be out. How the fuck did that get higher? Like,
Buddy, though. It's transition time.
okay,
Just about.
okay, what does that mean?
We gotta cut.
We'll keep talking in a second.
Okay, let me wrap up the story then. So, is that right? Is that what I do?
No. We
Okay.
continue right after the transition.
The regime.
Hi, Nino. Continue. London. Club.
Yeah, so I was in London and I was talking to I was like standing out there and the one couple thought I was doing or I was a random European football player that was not flattering to their resemblance of me. But later on I had talked to this one guy. He came up to me and I have the music notes on my arm from the tattoo. So he walks up to me, I was smoking a cigarette, and he walks up and he's just like in like very, very like very well spoken English. He walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, do you mind if I bum a cigarette?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem, man." And he's like, "You're into music, you like metal music, right?" I was like, "I mean, I like music, but yes, metal especially." So he just kind of like knew me, and then I ended up connecting with this guy that did like metalcore in Russia, but in English, and it actually wasn't that bad. And like he was just talking, I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm just on vacation, just hanging out with people and stuff like that." Weirdest group of people in this, like, I mean, obviously, if you go into any major city, you're going to a huge popular club or something like that. You're gonna meet a bunch of people. Same thing happened in Greece when we were in. We went to Paradise Club Mykonos. It's right next door to Lindsay Lohan's.
Yeah, I know the name.
It's on the same beach. It's on the exact same strip. We went there once, and there was a party hoster. His name is escaping me. He's a Spartan. Looks like a fucking Spartan. He used to be a child or a child hospital like doctor. Like he used to like do like childcare for like children that were, you know, in need and stuff like that. But he was also in a black metal band and opened like for like Slayer prior, and like was this like crazy dude. And now he only works like 6 months out of the year, and then fucks off for the rest because he's a party host at this club. Apparently, he told me one time while he was working there that he jumped up on the DJ thing and took the mic and he's like, "I'm ready to fucking party!" And everyone at the club that doesn't like metal music, typically, you would assume, fucking went ape shit and like was like so down about it. And I was sitting there. Little side note before we get into this one little event that was in Greece at the club. I went to Greece and with the company I was with, and I stayed at the place. We were all like at this compound. It was basically like influencers and stuff like that, and and photographers and models that did a bunch of stuff. We were sitting there hanging out, doing our thing at the place, and then we went to the club. We got like all access because like we were the entertainment basically, like party with us, and then blah blah blah. I had no part of that administration purposes, but at the time when I was out there, I felt like it was weird that I was getting really fatigued. Turns out when I came back home, I got tested positive for bronchitis. It was sick. I didn't realize I was developing that, but I stopped drinking while I was out there because I was like, all they had was white wine, and you know when you have bronchitis, you probably get dehydrated. Not fun. So I'm out there hanging out with everyone at the club. On the way there, though, there was a little bit of like just something just a little bit extracurricular that helped me get through that day. And I was
Calculus.
Yeah, it was calculus. I was doing like equations in my head the entire time. But I was there and everything was just very vivid colors. And I walk up
does that
and
to you.
yeah, calculus does a lot of things to you.
You trying to solve for X, baby?
This is so mind you, this is the second time on this trip that we were there to this club. We went there for 2 days, like to that specific club while we were in Greece. The first night we just went there, we partied, it was great.
Yeah.
The second day we went there during the day, like 3 or 4, and then we stayed till like 10. So like we were partying all day, but I wasn't partying. I was around just taking photos and stuff like that. We get there, and that's the calculus just starts to just like really just make equations in my head kind of sporadically out of nowhere, and I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, okay, math. And the host dude that I saw the one night prior, I hadn't really spoken to him, but he comes up to me as he's greeting everyone, and without speaking a word to me, I'm like, I have sunglasses on, but my face must be like he walks up to me and he's just like, I recognize a metalhead anywhere. I'm like, how the fuck did you know I like metal music? How do you know? How do you know? Later on, he actually helped me. There was this one girl that was just being stupid and like not paying attention to her surroundings, and human trafficking is a horrible thing, and she was like getting belligerent and stupid and was about to, leave with this one dude. And I looked at him at one point and he saved the day because I was like, hey, she's being stupid and he's probably a predator. And this dude is like huge, Spartan, wet dream looking, beautiful man, like Hercules. And he goes over there and he just like, as soon as I told him, like I ran back in the club and I like, as we were about to leave, because like this guy tried to follow us back to our bus. I like went back in there and I talked to the guy. I was like, hey, you were super cool. This is like after him and I had like reconciled and told me about his like opening for Slayer, child hospital worker dude. He goes in there and I like tell him like, hey, there's a guy out there. He looks at me and he's like, I got it. And he just like brings the whole security people like out there, and just like this dude did not realize that he was being picked up until he was already like thrown on the ground. And it was sick. I felt really good, and he was like super cool. And I got one photo of him. It was super noisy because it was super dark, but I was hammered, so it was a good time though.
Oh yeah.
That was my Greece story about the savior Spartan of human trafficking.
Do you
So like
do you
that.
want to tell our story?
Do I want to?
after-
You saw
after
horrible. I
Brandon's
just told
thing.
that story.
I mean,
so.
well, no. I mean, to me,
You're
that
the
just.
guest, man.
I mean, not to get super little for artsy. That's that. If that you said you got that one picture of that one guy. That's that like a picture tells 1,000 story.
There was this
whatever.
one little chair that was out there.
1,000 words. Like
I told him to pose for me, and he like straight up did the like Thane of like Skyrim, just like looked at me and just yes. And yeah, he was really cool.
Thane of Skyrim.
So let's tell a
that's
belligerent
fucking
story
cool.
of
Yes.
Edie and I.
I'll start.
Yes.
I'll
Go ahead.
start it.
Go ahead. Yeah, because you were hit up by me.
Yeah, I was
Go
sitting
ahead.
at home and I posted something. You posted something as well at the same time. I posted that I was really bored and I was looking for something to do. I was like, I finally have a weekend. Like, I want to go do something. And you posted that you had tickets, like extra tickets to something.
I had one extra ticket. Yeah,
And I was like,
it was an Under Oath.
I was like,
It was an Under Oath comeback show.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really watch Under Oath, or listen to Under Oath. And I was like, huh. So I commented on it. I was like, I'm down. I got nothing to do.
We're a little bit more than acquaintances at the time.
Yeah, a
Like
little bit more.
we saw each other at shows. We hung out, had jokes and stuff. Yeah.
Similar to me and you, actually. We knew of each other, but didn't know each other.
Yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, where do you live? And I was like, oh, I live over here. And you're like, oh, I'm like right around the
I could
corner.
walk there, dude.
Yeah.
Like
You've biked there.
I did.
When we were both
While we
doing
were,
some-
I biked there
some-
while I was doing calculus, a different version of calculus.
We were doing art history. But yeah,
We're doing biology, actually.
Yeah.
That's more of a proper term. Yeah.
A little bit of horticulture. Hi, Dad.
Bit
You're
of
in town
Mario
right
and Luigi.
Yeah, got a little one up. But yeah, you messaged me and you're like, hell yeah, we'll let's go. And like, you picked me up from the house and we went to the show and we did some fireball in the parking lot and now it's your turn.
Here, make sure the mic's by him though. But so I yeah, fireball was definitely something I didn't realize was going to be a horrible friend to me later on in life. Not even a friend. That's someone.
Frenemy. Someone that talks shit about you in the bathroom behind your back.
Yeah, and then it comes out and being like, "Hey, I lost my wallet. Can you buy me a drink?" Yeah, that's fireball to you.
Yeah,
You look so
Fireball
good
sucks.
today.
You look so good. You have like
I
$5.
remember
You should
like
wear that outfit more often.
one of my favorite things with Fireball was like at the Buffalo House was when I brought Rico, and at the
you
end of
did
the
bring Rico.
and at the end of the
I have a
night
story about Rico in a minute.
and at the end of the night I like come upstairs and I just see him sitting down like this at the kitchen sink that's right at the top of those stairs, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you okay, buddy? And he's just like, I shot a fireball. And it's not sitting well.
Oh,
I was like, well, here, come over. Let's go to bed. I'll grab you I think I grabbed him like
Yeah,
something in
I
the
had,
fridge.
like-
I don't
I had-
remember what.
yeah.
Whatever. Someone had food. And he was like, thanks. Ate it and then just did one of those. Just face planted with his arms in front of him, right into the carpet, right in the corner, and just slept for a bit until
Poor
I
guy.
picked him up to leave.
Oh, poor guy.
But like, yeah, it was man, it was hilarious.
Here's a pic. No.
But yeah,
I
but
could
yeah.
probably find one.
so you guys are you went to Under
Yeah.
Oath.
Yeah,
And
so
we're
we're
doing-
it's
we
at it's
drink what?
it's at Royal Oak. It's
At the Royal
It's
Oak
about
Music
that
Theater.
size of just fireball between the two of us.
Yeah, so we show up and like I had smoked prior and I think I'm like 19.
You were underage.
I was
I
18.
didn't know until the next day. Like, I was
Yeah,
a
I'm the
little
one that hit
mad
you
about
up to
that.
party
I was
at-
a little mad about that. Not gonna lie, because I was like, I could have gotten in serious trouble.
Oh, absolutely. So we park in the Center Street parking lot. And I'm just like, I have Fireball, it's pregame. And like, we're just talking and we're jamming. I'm just like, have you, like, we're on the way there. And I'm just like, have you listened to Under Oath? He's like, not really. And I'm just like, listen to this song. So we get there, we're jamming on the entire way through. And that 696 drive is always wonderful to a concert.
Yeah,
It's always just
it
like
is.
the
It's a
time that
good
you're just like,
shot.
you're like, we're about to go do this thing. We get there, we party and we pregame in the parking lot. We down the whole pint.
It was quick.
It was very quick. It was record time.
Yeah, and
like
you were like, you asked me about the army and like, because you remembered that I like could drink and you saw me at shows. And you
Yes.
were like, how quickly can you finish this bottle? And I think there was like maybe a quarter of it left, and I was like, quick, and just finished it.
Yes,
and we
you
went
did.
in, and I was like, that was a mistake.
so we go in. The line is long.
Yeah.
The line is very long. We don't have that many. They don't have
all
that far to
that
walk
moves.
like to the line because Center Street. If anyone's been to Royal Oak in Michigan, the Center Street parking lot is not that far, or parking garage is not that far from Royal Oak Music Theater. That thing is wrapping around Washington Avenue, and we get in line. We're just chatting with people, just like everyone's like chilling outside, having their cigarettes and stuff like that before we walk in. But we're stumbling already as we're about to walk in.
Yeah, we're visibly fucked.
Yeah, and but we're
You were
partying.
those guys at the show.
We're
We're not even at the show yet.
We're not
No,
even
no.
in the fucking theater yet.
Well, no, there's always at a show. There's always at least like 4 of those like at least like 2-person groups.
They're bumming
at a
cigarettes
show
outside.
that
They're hanging out. They're
They're stumbling.
talking about the bands that aren't even
Well,
playing
no,
that night.
But
Like,
but they're stumble drunk.
oh yeah,
There's always 4 of them when you get in the
We
show
weren't
that
there-
are walking around.
we weren't there yet, but we will get there.
We were
Yeah.
getting
So we
I
were
was
walking
in my
up,
pocket, flex my chest to make sure I was walking properly.
and I'm just walking there. I'm like, "This is a good time." So I got 3 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
we end up getting inside, and they're doing like the ticket check and everything like that. I'm hitting like a nicotine vape or something like that. That's not supposed to be hit. Like, you're not supposed to be taking like drags of anything like that in the concert
Yeah.
venue or something like that, because at the time, especially back then,
Vaping.
like they thought that like the weed cartridges were like the devil, you know what I mean? So she's like, no, you can't have that in here. It's like, there's a fucking smoking area, whatever. But the lady that came up to me was really sweet, and there's really like sweet security guard, just comes up to me because my dumb drunk ass is hitting this thing in the middle of the ticket line check, and I'm just like just doing things I shouldn't be doing. She comes up to me, and like there's a table in between us, and she's like, hey, you can't have that in here. I'm like, hey,
I'm not
no,
smoking
it's
in there.
I'll put it away. And then she's like, no, but like you can't be hitting that in here. I'm like, hey, I'm super sorry. I'll put it away. I won't touch it again. At the same time, I put down my keys because I'm belligerent. I'm becoming belligerent at this point, and I put down my keys, or my car keys, and I have an Attack on Titan like little emblem on my car keys, like it's like a little like rubber like thing. And she like sees it, and she's like, oh, do you watch Attack on Titan? And my drunken mind was like, I can get out of this. I immediately, light bulb goes on. I'm like, yes, I do. Have you read the latest chapter? And she's like, no, I haven't. I'm like, let me tell you. Aaron does this thing, and there's different things. And then if you read this chapter, there's crazy stuff. And honestly, if you read it, I basically explained the whole plot of it. And she's, for sure, man. And she ends up letting me go. And she's like, you can keep that thing, but just please don't hit that inside. And I'm just like, you got it. So
We walk away.
yeah, we walk away, and I'm just like, oh, this doesn't even know what I'm hitting right now. So Edie and I go get ready for the first like the first band hasn't even came on yet.
No.
We go.
I don't even remember.
I don't either. I don't remember who played. So we go in this music theater is like, there's like a floor right here. There's like a bar. Then there's another floor with like seat like general admission area, and there's like another row bar, and then there's another area which is like the general admission like mosh pit area.
Yeah.
Him and I just like I'm just like, let's go like see the band, like let's get up close and stuff like that. So we go and sit there, and like we're just like chilling.
I was there for maybe 5 minutes.
Not
And
even,
then-
dude.
And then
Like-
I was like, I forgot I don't like crowds, and like just ran away.
Yeah.
probably
Like
went- you
we
probably
both
went-
stand there, and I'm just like looking at the stage, and I'm just like, I'm at a concert right now. And then all of a sudden, Edie's just like visibly uncomfortable, and he's like,
because I do not like crowds.
No,
he just
you-
like he like
we-
tabbed me. He's like, I'm gonna go back there, and I'm like, okay, sure, for sure. That was the last time I had seen him since the end of until the end of the concert.
It was what, 3 or 4 hours?
That was absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, the closest we ever go to it at a show is like the second row with him.
Yeah.
I don't
And
really go to the first row anymore. I've kind of I stopped moshing.
I can't.
Well-
I have to have the table, man.
Well, I had a table I had to lean on later.
Yeah,
So
so
so the concert goes swimmingly. I'm enjoying all the bass thumps and going out in the smoking area and hanging out with, whoever is going to have my babbling of a time. And eventually I go upstairs, and I'm trying to watch the concert, but I am like, I'm getting wobbles. I'm like, I can't see this right now. I'm gonna sit back and lean on this pillar. There's a trash can behind me, and I presume to immediately get super sick and throw up into the trash can behind me. And who happens to spot me right as soon as that happens? As soon as I wipe my mouth, the same security guard that had tried to stop me from my e-cigarette before. And she sees that, and mind you, I'm underage. So like, I'm just like, she walks up to me and she goes like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm fine. I was not fine. The fun fact. And she goes, no, you just threw up. I need to get a medical tent. And I'm like, no, authorities, no. I'm good. I just had a quick thought. There's Ronin Sushi House right next door. And I'm like, I had bad sushi before I came in. For sure. And she's like, are you I need to take you to medical tent. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Like, straight up. I'm good. I'm good. And she's like, okay then. But I felt like I didn't like solidify the deal yet.
Yeah.
So as she's about to walk away, and I finally convinced her to not like go get security, I'm just like, make sure you read those chapters to Attack on Titan, please do. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, fucking yeah. Turns out, Edie was having the same scenario, the floor below me. We could not find each other.
He was leaning on was the same pillar I was leaning on, but the first floor. There's also a trash can behind me that I'm throwing up into. Yep. And then he comes downstairs
at the end of the concert.
In the concert, you were standing like to the left of me, and I'm like, and I look, and he looks, and I'm like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And then we both just go, it's time to go home.
And then we had a safe drive.
We
home.
Stayed in that car for like 4 hours.
And then we had someone else drive us home.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally what we did.
4 hours. Sober up. That's exactly what happened. We listened to Ghost Inside on the way home. We did. I was like, you like this Ghost Inside album? You're like, and then I woke up at my house and was like, what?
I woke you up and I was like, we're here.
Dude, my fucking roommates were like confused as shit. Because I walked in the house. I left the house and was like, I'm going to go to this concert and like have a good time. And they're like, all right, don't drink too much. And I was like, I don't plan on drinking. And I get home and I'm like, there was a party at my house that night too, man.
Was there really? We got there so late.
Dude, I fucking walked in and there was like people going.
No, I should have stayed.
Dude, I walked in and they're like, yo, Edie, you want to do a shot? And I was like, no. Just went right to my room.
Yeah.
We got there at what, 3 or 4 in the morning?
Yes, it wasn't. It was probably like 2, because like the concert ended like around like 11:30, something like that. So
yeah.
Other than the 4 hours of sobering,
So like 3 or 4.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it turns out.
That was a dumb time, but a fun time.
Oh, that solidified our friendship.
Yeah,
hands down.
Literally, every time I saw you at a show after, like that was like a story we would tell people. It was fun.
It was the pillar story.
Yeah.
And then
the pillar of our friendship.
The pillar of our friendship.
Literally.
Throw up everywhere. And then I remember I was very excited to be a part of your band's music video at the time too. Not drunken story at all.
Which
completely
one?
weird transition where I did a lot of running.
Yeah.
We were at a factory.
Torchbearer.
Yeah, we were at a building that's always constantly trying to get condemned by the fucking fire marshal. And I remember we had to do a lot of takes where I had to like run for a scene, and like the inhaling of dust, the amount of that I had to do that day was ungodly. Like
yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you show up? Were you there that day?
I was there. I think before you got there, because
I think so.
I had something to do. I showed up.
You had to go. You showed up. Yeah.
I remember that. That was a fun day though. I really enjoyed that day. And then like I remember that you guys were about to like do your performance videos, and you're like, you can't be here anymore, bye. And I was like, shit. Okay. Like you guys go out to do your things.
The guy that
it wasn't you guys. It was the guy who was just like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, I'm fucking talent, bro. Like what the fuck? Like
I thought they were gonna kick me out too.
No, you brought food,
but then I brought food and was like, hey guys,
you were helping us move shit. Yeah, no, it was.
Rico said I had really nice arms.
Who the hell is calling me?
Oh, I remember the story about Rico. I had a place that I was staying at for a little while with a buddy, and we threw a party, and Rico came. I invited everyone, and as many people could show up, they could. It was a shitty apartment, and Rico shows up and he gets hammered, like absolutely, just you were there for that, right?
At your house?
At the
Your
apartment?
apartment? Yeah. Yes.
Go ahead,
I
tell
was
the
on
story.
that, bro.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
Oh God.
Do you remember when Rista tried to get him in the car?
Okay, so basically, me and Rico, we're like, we're gonna go to this party at Jeff's apartment, and we're like, all right, it's in downtown Detroit or wherever. So we show up, and we're like, all right, we finally figure out how to get upstairs. You come down, you get us
This little shitty elevator that only puts like 4 people and that
Yeah.
should not hold a person.
Yeah.
But
we end up getting up there, and we're just kind of like, I don't know. I just end up talking to other people. I'm the designated driver. Rico was not supposed to get, too.
That's usually how it went back then
Yeah,
for all of us.
for Rico and all of us.
For
Yeah.
all of us.
But Rico ends up like, we're all just sitting there, and out of nowhere, Rico comes walking out. This is probably like 4 hours into this. He just comes
was a long
walking
party.
out, like holding his eye, and he's bleeding and shit. Everyone's like, we literally were all standing there, and we turned around for a second, and then we turned back, and he was fucking bleeding.
he must have just like clubbed himself with the counter like instantly, like he's like looking at people. He's like, yeah, for sure, and then just like came to like, and, like he seriously like he just
Dude, Sean did that. I have a story
Hill?
for that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll save that.
wait, hang on, yeah.
But yeah, no.
Are we gonna go for 2 hours?
No.
Are we gonna go for an hour and a half?
I would like that.
Okay. Well, we're close to transition.
Yeah, we're close
so.
to transition.
But,
That's why I'm
like,
like,
no.
I'll save the story.
So they bring him to me. They're like, "Yo, he's bleeding," and Resto comes, and I was like, "Is Resto still here?" And they're like, "Yeah,"
Because
we
he's an
go-
EMT.
He's the EMT.
Yes.
And so we get him, and he kind of gets some gauze to help him. We convince him.
Keo was actually helping him too. I have photos of that.
Yeah. Oh God, I need him. We were.
There.
I'll frame it for you guys. Yeah, absolutely.
We were trying to get him to come down. We got him down. And then, like, I finally get down in my car and get him in. And he, so, obviously, this is the part you don't know. So, we're driving home. And on the way home, he's kind of just, like, sitting there, and we're kind of, like, chatting a little bit. I'm like, dude, how'd you do that? He's like, do what? And I'm like,
Do what?
I'm like, you should probably put that back on your eye. And he's okay. And he just does it. He doesn't question why I'm telling him to do it. And I'm just like, just put him on there. He's like, okay. And then, like, he keeps, like, rubbing it because it's irritating. And I'm like, no, you can't stop doing that. And he's like, well, and then finally, like, halfway home, I think I end up turning the light on, and he looks at his hand, and he's like, oh, shit. And, like, realizes he was bleeding. And so I'm like,
That.
so there's still blood. There was blood on the wall of that car for a while until I finally cleaned it before I sold it.
You waited till
God,
you.
yeah. Oh my God, yeah, there was blood on there for a while.
It was just like I didn't know
Was
it
it
was
the
there.
inside or
I
outside?
didn't
On
know
the
who it was
wall.
from. It was
I
from
just
the
did.
wall, yeah.
It was just I never sit there, so I never knew it was there
Oh,
until I
okay.
went to look and be like, all right, what do I need to clean? And I was like, Jesus Christ, he got so much blood everywhere.
Jeez, dude. No, I
'Cause-
remember because that place you had to like go down because like the buzzers didn't work for that building. It should have been a condemned building, but
Yeah.
I've lived in a couple.
I live in a couple just fucking shit off your sister.
He sheds.
That building should have not been in use for any renting, but the buzzers didn't work, so I had to like personally let everyone into that building like, at the time because obviously the door didn't work.
Yeah.
I went downstairs to like someone texted me. They're like, "Hey, I'm here." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go downstairs, and this just happened after like you tried to get Rico to leave, like the first time because there was like 3 attempts for you guys to leave.
Yeah.
So the first time that he came back, Risto was also trying to help him into the car and stuff like that. And apparently he was fighting him to not get in the car.
Yeah.
And I go downstairs and I'm like, I open the door. I'm like waiting to see who's like about to come in the side. And Rico's just coming straight back in, like headstrong back into the party. And he's like this. And behind him, I will not forget this moment. It's my favorite moment with Risto. He just raised his hand. He's like, I can't get him in the fucking car. I can't get him in the car. And he's just like, dude, I was like, and I just like, Rico didn't even see me. He just like, because I wasn't really like, I knew him and stuff, but I was like, yeah, you can come to my party, fuck it. So
I see it.
He just like, I just opened the door. I'm like,
there.
Whoa, all right, cool. And then he just like, he goes into the lobby area and there's nothing in the lobby because this place is shitty. So he just like, he kind of just backs up against the wall like this. And I'm just like, I get my friend to come in and I'm just like, you ready to go up, buddy? And he's like, yeah, for sure. We go into the elevator and I know who it was. I'm not going to name it right now, but I remember there was the buddy that had the apartment. He had a cat, and right before the party started, he taped a little thing to the balcony door. He's like, "Hey, we have a cat. Be sure to make sure like you watch for it with green marker."
Yeah.
There was tags in the fucking elevator with green marker that got taken from the party. I could not find that marker later, but he had tagged all the fucking sides of the thing. I didn't give a fuck. I was just like,
wow.
Dude, people are climbing the walls in that party. People are there. It was an amazing party. I really enjoyed it. And somehow, as soon as midnight hit, everyone dipped.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Like,
I had a couple of those.
Yeah, it was really good. It was wild, and then it just stopped. And I was like,
I've
bed?
had a couple of those.
Bedtime. Cool.
Oh yeah. This is the best. But
Transition. All right. We're back.
Oh, wow. Again.
Nino's here back again. But, yeah.
For sure, dude.
Dude, this is a really fun one.
Yeah, no, we should probably talk about the maid shoot, actually.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
and like you're more like also Bali.
You want to know about Bali? Okay.
At least like maybe not like the that stuff.
There wasn't actually that much crazy stuff that happened. It was actually just I really enjoyed talking about that because it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
See this alcoholic dog?
This is the Buffalo House dog.
You guys ruined my brother's dog.
If you're from the Buffalo House.
So
you guys would drop and spill, and he would just come by and he would drink it. And honestly, probably not good for him.
No, absolutely not.
Literally, he'll see a beer. He knows a beer. He doesn't know, like, he doesn't give a crap if you got a Coca-Cola. But if it's a beer,
look at
he's
those
near.
legs. Look at those legs sprawled.
Yeah, Bali, the maid shoot.
Yeah, let's start with the maid shoot because that's why we're here. That's why I'm sitting in this seat right now.
We wanted you as a guest, but the maid shoot was like a plus, and we do want to shoot with you more. We want to shoot with some other people too, but we want to shoot with you.
I highly encourage it. Like, and anytime that anyone like, if someone's worked with me before, especially with photography and stuff like that, I'm always about like, hey, I appreciate any kind of commission you give me, but like, when I am commissioned, maybe it's collab or something like that, but like, broaden your network, man. Like, I'm not one of those elitist people that like, you gotta work with me because I'm like the best out there. I'm the best at what I do. You know what I mean? Like, and thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. But at the same time, I know a lot of lifestyle photographers. I know a lot of like streetwear photographers. I know a lot of like conceptual photographers. Like, and some even people that like they're maybe they're not the best photographers, but they're better editors than I am. Like, you know. So
I could not. Everyone has thought of a better person for the maid shoot, though.
Yeah,
I could.
I would say Risto. Like, Risto, hands down. Between him and I, definitely.
Between you and Risto, maybe. Risto, we have something lined up that we want to do with him.
Good. I hope so, because that's what I mean. Like, I hope people work with each other, like, and constantly building relationships and stuff. You know,
our whole thing is like we want to bring the people that we are friends with onto the podcast, and we want to work with you guys as well. Like. What I messaged you about...
If you're someone that does have something we can work with.
When I messaged you about how I was like, I want to start doing things that terrified me, the photo shoot stuff is one thing that terrified me, but I want to do more.
Which is very surprising, to be honest. I get it. I definitely get it, but like...
Especially recently, I haven't felt like attractive for reasons. I showed you the text.
Oh, dude, I gained weight like a motherfucker. Dude, like, that's why I'm wearing a sweater right now.
I was 250
like a pulley.
pounds around... November, December.
Yeah.
Now I'm down to like 215, 210.
Good shit. Damn.
Intermittent fasting and microdosing meth.
Ritalin.
Just wait.
Side note, if you say that on Facebook, you may get an Insta ban. I posted that as a joke, and Facebook was like, delete this now.
You have Ritalin?
Yeah. I posted, it was like the stock thing. Everyone was like,
Yeah.
why are you good at this? And I was like, I microdose meth. And then as soon as I went to post that comment, Facebook was like, delete it. Like, as soon as I hit submit.
Because they don't want people to know that if you do meth, you're good at stocks. That's why they don't want people to know.
It's like,
yeah.
$2,000, dude. Once I break $2,000.
Kyle's killing it right now.
I don't doubt it.
He's made like he told me the other day he made like a lot of money in a 24-hour span. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what's Dogecoin? Like basically,
I have 1,000 shares of Dogecoin right now.
yeah, dude.
It's
like,
not going to jump until like 2030,
No.
2040,
but you just put it in there and leave it. Like
Put it in there, wait. But anyways, yeah, continue with the maid outfit, man. What were your thoughts during it? Because we've already talked about it in the last episode.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Game Grumps. And I've known you guys to be like outwardly like ready to go comedian type stuff. Like you guys like, it's not about like not having shame. It's kind of just like, because you can not have shame and like do some stuff, but like, does it really matter? Like, does it really like, does it have actually comedic value, or are you just trying to just do like a gimmick? You know what I mean? Like, you guys just happen to have the maid outfit, and like, I don't think that's gonna be the end of your antics. Obviously, it just happened to be like the one that like. It's a maid outfit. It's 2 dudes. Like, let's go. And
There's 6 dudes.
I constantly think, I know there's a guild or something like that. Yeah.
No.
But
6 dudes, 4
honestly,
chicks.
the biggest concern I had was your flexibility during that shoot. Because
Flexibility?
the outfit's just
tight.
too small. Yeah, and it wasn't
you.
you.
Could see in the last episode, like, I watched a little bit of it while you were editing, and I was like, I looked really good during the shoot. Thank you. During the video, I was like, ew.
No, but I felt like I was a little too stoic because I was trying to just get your guys' like image across.
Dude,
But like,
No.
but the time, but I kept you guys in line enough to like,
and the
Yeah.
fact
hey,
that
I
it's
need you to have your guys'
exactly
poses
69
ready and
photos,
stuff.
too.
No, it was perfect.
I didn't even mean that. I didn't fucking mean that to happen. I didn't know you guys were gonna post the whole thing. Don't do that ever again.
No, did you see what we did with it though?
Oh, we still have plans with all
No,
of
I know
that.
you guys are like redoing it, but
It's
like,
still going.
Oh,
We're
no,
blowing
no.
up on some dumb pages. Like we're
I love the e-boy edits you guys did with them.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy. I'm like, because honestly, and with those kind of shoots, especially if you guys like, the thing is with a lot of my like, if someone commissions me to do photos, I do have like contract stuff like, hey, don't let the photos is misrepresentation of
asked
work.
you. That's why I asked
But at the same time, if it's for something like this, like just talk to me. Like
Yeah,
I don't
that's
give a
why I asked
fuck what you got. I got my money, and also I had a great time. Like let's fucking like do
Yeah.
whatever, you know. But yeah, no, that shoot was. It was really fun. It was actually challenging to do. Just because I wanted to make sure it was proper, like, because everyone thinks comedy is just so lighthearted and everything like that. It's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of
that was the thing,
conceptualizing.
was like-
It's a lot of different stuff.
It was like the funniness was us trying to actually be very accurate.
I got a lot of like nods for that shoot after the fact.
Oh, shit.
A lot of people didn't know I did it because mainly because I did my tag didn't go through.
Yeah,
but like
I literally spent.
I didn't
like,
care. I didn't care for my sake, but I was kind of just like, you guys just share it,
I'm
do
not
your
gonna
thing.
lie. Between the maid shoot and the bromance episode, we have doubled our views and our subscribers.
Because it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, and
which
no,
isn't a lot at the moment, but like in like 10 years when we're like huge, you know,
We're gonna keep having you on.
we're gonna keep having you on, but also like people are going to look back at that and be like,
That was weird. And
that
fun.
was weird, but also like we understand
yeah,
why
like
It's an
it
archive
it
thing, yeah.
started like it started.
it started
there.
out fucking hard and just kept going.
I still pick blue.
And you still don't reveal what that means.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna pick blue. What was that?
But yeah,
Yeah, no, it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely want to do more shoots like that.
I have some buddies that were like, when we hit 69 subscribers, I was playing D&D down with my cosplay friends, and like the whole time I was like, we're so close, and they're like, what's gonna happen at 69? And like I showed one person, and she was like, they need to hit 69. And everyone else is like, what happened at 69? And I was like, do you guys remember Travis's Maid Photoshoot? And Travis was like, yeah, that shit was hot, dude. And I was like, it was hot. But who was your photographer? And he's like, well, she was. And I was like, I hired a guy. And he's like, him and my other buddy, Jeff, he has a YouTube channel. Shout out, Jeff. I love you, buddy. Shout out you, Jeff. I love you, buddy.
I have a website to plug in a minute,
Yeah,
but yeah.
do it. But they were like, you hired a photographer? And I was like, yeah, I hired a good photographer.
Thank you.
And they were like, how good are the photos? And I was like, I can show you one if you subscribe right now. And I showed them one, and they were like, how many photos are there? And I was like, 69.
I didn't even know.
Dude,
I didn't even know.
So happy when I saw the number.
I
man.
didn't even know.
So
Because like, obviously you've seen a couple of the photos, like they're very similar. So like that's that's where I usually chop up. Like when it comes down to sending like clients photos, like I don't. A lot of photographers are like, you get this set amount. And I'm just like, that's bullshit. Like, what if you have other good ones? You know what I mean? Like, just, or like, maybe they like their face a different way than you think that they might like it, you know? So I sent them all that way, and it just happened to be fucking 69 apparently. I've never been that on point with a clientele relationship.
When we hit 69 subscribers, like, Brandon was like, all right, we're posting it now. And I shared it, and I put my phone down. And I was playing D&D while it was happening. And I was like, it happened, share, and put my phone down. And everyone's like, you hit 69? I was like, yeah, but we're playing D&D right now. So in between people's turns, they were like pulling their phone out, and they're like, yo. And I'm like, yeah, I know,
really?
right?
That happened?
Yeah.
I you know what? I'm now just realizing I've never actually heard about like what happened with the turnout of that.
It was amazing.
Well, we are at 81 subscribers
81,
now.
82. I don't know how many we're at.
I think-
we're probably at like 70.
We were at 47.
Because it's gonna go down.
We were at. What was that?
I was like, we're probably at 74 when this goes. My dad's gonna subscribe. Your dad's gonna unsubscribe.
No, we were at 47
Yeah,
when we took that shoot.
and it's
So
That's crazy.
yeah.
it's just like, yeah, it was just it was fun, and that's why we were like, you know what, we're doing this. It's our first time kind of doing like a gimmick fun thing, and deliver all at once,
Yeah.
and just like boom,
No.
this is what we do. When
No,
we're
you guys with the help of that photo shoot, and you guys, I'm very thankful you guys actually had me out. That was actually what was able to fuel financially, like making my own website for
Yeah,
like
I was
yeah.
amazed when
for
you said
a
that, dude.
first
It's
time,
great.
dude.
And
like
you
like
will see that in the link. I will link
Yeah.
that.
by the time that this episode airs, my website will be live. It is my Instagram handle is j.llens, Jalen's. It is without the dot, jllins.smugmug, smugmug.com. It's my photography website. I have all my portfolios on there, from live music to, which I'm very proud of, my concert photography, down to lifestyle, down to eventually boudoir, that will
Yeah,
contain
regular
theirs.
boudoir.
I'm not really. I'm not a boudoir photographer, to say the least.
Although I'm down to do another.
If I actually have a plug, I would say Over the Brook Photography, Brooklyn. She is fantastic at a Flint-based or a near Flint-based photographer. Please hit her up if you have any boudoir questions. But yeah, no, I have a website out. I'm about to actually hit a promotional sale. I'm about to put out by the time this airs. I'm not going to get the full details. It'll be on the page. But
If you have it when this airs, let us know, and we will.
absolutely, thank you.
Okay.
But I am definitely going to be doing a lot of promotional shoots to get the website just, out there, make people aware. It's been years since I actually cultivated my own portfolio, and I've just I've been so busy with work, I never really had to have a website or anything like that, But now I kind of pandemic let me do a little bit of incubation time, I learned how to do a little bit more music too, and figure that out. And I was really thankful for you guys to actually help fuel that with the purchase of a Pikachu N64 that I just happen to have ready to go. It's an it's antique at this point. That's I was very happy to bestow upon you guys.
Dude, that thing I posted on my story, and
everyone wants it, dude. I had a lot of people hit me up. I'm
so glad you gave it.
I made sure I was like, you guys are gonna get this because like you guys actually use it for the right purpose. You know what I mean?
We'll make it usable.
Yeah. I hope so because like I mean let me come for like a game episode, please.
For sure.
I'll come up. When I play games and I make sure it's a hard game so I get mad. Like
we've got a couple hard games that I downloaded.
We're playing.
Fuck yeah.
We're playing a hard game.
But yeah, no, I was really happy to do that, and I'm really thankful that you guys helped me do that. A lot of the scenarios that led up to me going through my portfolio and like realizing like what I've shot so far and done what I've done. Bali was a very breaking out point, like to really like capture just surrealness. There was
Oh yeah.
and what time we got? We got a little bit.
We got,
Okay.
like 15 more minutes.
All right, cool. So I'll make this one quick. There was in Bali, we happened to go during a really sacred time of the country's yearly celebrations. We went during their basically like their New Year's. It was called Festival of Go-Go. So the whole island, Bali is an island for those that don't know. Bali is an island in Indonesia, which is a country that has a very prominent supporting of football, like soccer. They're like American soccer, European football.
I think the camera just died.
Don't die. It's probably bulb mode or something like that, maybe. I don't know. But
Did it fully died?
died. You want to pause?
We can keep talking.
Pause, boy.
We'll throw up the Buffalo House logo and
Okay.
no video from this point. You have to subscribe to our Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon to hear the Bali story.
Oh, shit.
We can just keep recording audio, man. We'll throw the Buffalo House logo on.
Yeah, that'll work.
Hire an animator to finish the rest of this.
I'll draw pictures.
Well, yeah.
Just a bunch of dicks
Anyways.
now.
Yeah, we'll make the less of it like quick.
We'll make it
But
work. No, we got 15 more minutes, man. We can keep going.
excuse me. So went to Festival of Go-Go. It sounds like a rave, but it's actually like very sacred and very beautiful.
I know a good deal about it. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they all the villages in the on the island, like the island wide, they all make their own floats of demons that are like a part of their culture and their I believe it's Hinduism.
Yeah. It's similar to Hinduism.
It is, yeah, because there was only one Muslim person that I was there. He was a part of the place that we're staying at. He was the manager, and he was the only Muslim there, but everyone else is Hindu. Because Indonesia, I'm pretty sure that was the association.
Yeah, and you said demons. It's not.
It's deities rather.
Deities,
Yes.
yeah.
But what they do is like the deities, they do have negative energy. Some of them, and what they do is they make floats of them. And they parade them throughout the island, like, and each village basically have like a light-hearted competition. It's not really meant to like compete, but it's the showmanship of each village. They go around and like they parade this and do traditional dancing and traditional like percussional performances, and they perform throughout the streets for all to see.
Yeah.
And being American over there, you're a celebrity. Doesn't matter who you are. Like all these kids like were walking up to us and like they were hugging a bunch of like all of us and like just like wanting to know what we were doing. And like, dude, they had like off-brand iPhones I've never seen before. It was weird. Like they were just taking pictures of us and they're like, "Here, can you help us?" I'm like, I'm usually given a phone. I can pretty much figure it out. I don't know where your fucking like home button is, dude. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that sounds probably horrible. But
I mean,
they're different.
it's very different.
Yeah,
It's
a
a very
whole
like
different literal continent.
whole different manufacturing, everything like that. But it was a wonderful
good phones, though, ain't they?
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
They're Luminosi's.
They're ridiculous.
Better than us.
phones,
Like,
yeah. And they're like $200.
yeah.
Yeah.
We went out there and I was taking photos and just like it was one of the times I got to just like put my camera down and just like really experience like the lifestyle that they were having over there. And like obviously that's not the lifestyle because that's like a celebration. Obviously it's like I get to enjoy the better parts of their culture and stuff. But it was really humbling just to see like all these kids and like all just like this like family just taking part in like this wonderful celebration, and they all just hung out and did their thing, and we just happened to be like these wonderful guests that everyone appreciated. Like I asked this one group, they were about to take pictures like of them and their float, and like I asked them like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And they like grabbed me to like come like please like come get a picture. I was like, because I mean they don't know I could. in their eyes, I could be relative to the Kardashians over here,
Yeah.
and they don't know otherwise. You know what I mean? So like, and then the coolest thing that I believe happens, I'm not entirely sure, I can't confirm, but at the end of the festival, once all the floats go around and all like, and these these deity floats are like very articulate. They're very like
Dude,
beautifully done, and like they're like super like
I
detailed and
imagine.
everything like that, and they burn them at the end to expel any negativity that they have. They expel all the negative energy from themselves via this like
One of the
ritual.
reasons I've heard, I had a friend growing up who was from Bali, which is why I know a lot about it. One of the reasons why they're so articulate and artistic and like pristine for the floats is the more work they put into it, the more negative energy comes out when they burn it. So it's kind of like
makes sense.
You make something beautiful and then you destroy it, like in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
The better you can make it look, the more energy you yourself put into it. So the more it's positive when you're making it, hopefully.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
The more energy you put into it, the more of your negative energy leaves you, and then you keep the positive energy. So it's like a dialysis of your spirit.
The craziest part of that was the day after, because the day after is their day of silence.
Yeah. They don't.
No,
They're
dude, you can't
silent.
fuck around. So we were at like a very like luxurious place because that's where we rented out and that's where all the people stayed. During the day of silence, you cannot roam the streets. You're supposed to stay inside and like meditate and like reflect on the past year and like do your thing. If you're supposed to go out there, they will detain you.
Yeah.
Like the only people that are out and about are emergency people
need
like
to
that need to be essentials at this point.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that was going to be a term that would actually be able to describe that, but
Yeah.
essentially
Yeah.
only essential people were allowed to be out.
And
And
even in your house, like you are supposed.
no,
to
that
be
means
quiet.
like you're supposed to have curtains drawn like from a satellite. Bali is pitch black. You're not supposed to like see anything and stuff like that. So like when we were hanging out like late at night, you had to have flashlights, but you like even on our own compound, which is huge, mind you, we had to have it
Yeah.
facing the ground, so like there was nothing. And then like
Yeah.
even some of the music that got loud, like I was running around like telling the guests, I was like, dude, shut the fuck down. Like
Yeah.
like
have to.
there's a neighborhood right there. And like this is the same place that like if you brought pot to this country, you would have fire squads come there and
Oh.
burn you alive.
Yeah, no, it's not good. There.
It's wild. And some people like brought like
But
weed carts and stuff like that. I'm like, you're fucking stupid. Just drink. Like, come on.
Dude,
Like,
this
Bintang is the best beer I've ever had. It is a Bali
we don't
lager.
have the camera. I just like just like, yelling at the camera. I'll try to draw a couple real quick sketches that are really shitty. So yeah, but no, that stuff's beautiful, man. Like I grew up on a military base, so like I have like a really weird, rich tapestry of like cultures, and like I'm a white dude from Kansas, so like you would think that I'm like
That's white of white. Yeah.
I'm the whitest white imaginable, but I grew up on a military base with every culture you can think of. My whole family's black, you know, like that alone, like my culture level is like ridiculous. But then you add the military base. I've got Hmong, I've got Bali, I've got Hindu, I've got Buddhism, I've got Judaism. I'm like everything you can think of I've learned about before I was 10, you know. But those kinds of celebrations where it's like you do something to get rid of the negative energy, and like even Day of the Dead, like respecting, you know, people that have passed.
Yeah.
Like it's so much different than what we do, and so much better than what we do. Like
It's more resonant.
it's more resonant, yeah. Like with us, like, you know, like my grandma passed last year. Like the ways that I remember her are through obviously memories, but also it's like I don't do like the stereotypical like I'm gonna get sad that my grandma passed away. I do like the whole Day of the Dead, and like I remember her in a way where it's like she's still there but not here, you know, and like all that stuff is like so much better. You gotta learn that shit, Brandon. Like the Hindus, like Hinduism is like one of my favorite religions, and like all the celebrations they have are like
And plus, I just don't
So
like.
great.
I don't like monotheism. I really don't.
I don't either. I
don't
think there
like
should be
it.
a god for like everything you can think of, dude. Like that's why I gravitate towards Japanese culture so much. like because they have like anything you can.
Their
think of
deities
can
though
be a
that are
deity.
that are like negative are fucking
yeah.
terrifying
Oh,
though,
yeah.
dude. Like holy shit, they're
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I do want to visit that forest eventually though. I
Yeah.
really would, dude. But I'm not gonna pull a Logan Paul.
No.
Fuck no.
I've always
We
like
should do that actually.
I would love to
Let's
do
go.
that. I would love to go to Japan. I've yet to be to Japan.
I'm trying to.
It's a photographer's dream to go to Japan.
We
dude.
we work for a Japanese-owned company.
If I go, hey.
me and her. Yeah.
If I go though,
I'll
I have
draw
to
a
go.
picture of you on the
I
screen
have
for
to go
the
during a
company.
time though that Kanabun is playing or Fear and Loathing Las Vegas is playing. I have to go see them. Fear and Loathing Las Vegas probably more so.
We'll make a plan post COVID.
I really want to go see them. Like I have to see. I've never seen for me an imported band, and I need to see them.
I have had 2 chances so far to go to Japan. One for the army. I was the 15th medic that they offered to go. They only needed 13. I was number 15. And I tried to go once for the current job, but I was too new, and then COVID happened. Oh. So I'm still trying.
I just want to go to see those like neon lights, man. And plus, I just love anime. Like I'm I'm addicted to Naruto. So
getting back to your portfolio stuff, I'm pretty good friends with a lot of bigger cosplayers. Not like Jessica Negri and that level, but like still still really good cosplayers, and some of them are
that's fantastic.
Jessica
I would
Negri
love.
level high.
I would love to.
Could be huge.
Yeah.
Even the dudes, not just the girls.
No, dude. Actually, I especially I just feel more comfortable just shooting with dudes too.
Yeah, if you
especially
wanna
if you want to look badass, like
if you want to do some
for
cosplay
sure.
shoots, man, I will pay for you to go to a con and you can just be a photographer.
I'm not at the editing skill yet, but I would make myself eligible to be that
And
way.
if you want, I mean, I'm not at the level of cosplay to where I could make a good costume, but if you want it to just be me and the dudes, like
I mean, dude, that's where my bread and butter is. I just like doing just fun stuff like that
Yeah.
too.
and it's a good time all the time, dude. Like those guys, I love them.
I've always had a bad time at cons though. I've always had just a black cloud over me though.
You're going with the wrong people.
No, I'm going with my brother.
You're going with the wrong person.
No, man. Like, no.
No, we'll bring Mitch too, man. I want to get him involved.
I think it's just Yomicon. I think it's just
Yomacon's
Yomicon.
that. Yeah, come with me to Colossal, dude.
Is that in Chicago?
It's in Ohio.
Okay.
Somewhere. But
I
it's
told
a good
my
time.
Yomicon story on the
I haven't
third
gone.
episode. But
They're gonna go to Yomicon this year.
Yeah.
Come with us to Yomicon, and we'll all go together.
How about this? I'll just
Like,
stay in Detroit for Yomicon because it seems like every time I've gone, I've always had other things going on at Yomicon, and it always ruins my time. So maybe I'll probably just come and I'll probably just stay in Detroit in a hotel because I've yet to do that in my life still, and I've lived in Detroit all my life. Well, not in Detroit, but I've lived in Metro Detroit all my life.
yeah, we just did that.
Yeah, but
Over.
we'll do that. Man.
But I think since it's getting close, let's our
Go ahead and
question.
call it. Or questions? Yeah.
So
Do you have one lined up?
no.
The normal one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So question
I'm
we
not gonna
ask
draw
every
this.
single guest.
Can I
So-
ask it this time? 'Cause last time you didn't explain it very well. Okay, so the question is basically you can go back in time anywhere you want, as long as you want. Anything you do does not affect your current timelines.
Does not paradox anything.
It's DBZ rules. You come back to where you are right now. But you can go back in time, change anything you want, do anything you want, see how it plays out without affecting what happens now. What would you do?
I would definitely try and be
And it doesn't have to even be in your timeline. You can go back as far as you want.
no, for sure.
You can even go to the future if you want, but we don't know what the fuck the future has.
Dude,
so-
COVID happened. No one knows what the fucking future holds anymore. But
Yeah.
no, I am.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this one immediately like this. Yes, this is the way because I obviously was not prepared for this. But I would like to go back about 5 years prior to. Wait, can I bring things?
I'll allow it.
I don't need internet. I need my technology. I would like to go back in time with my producing equipment that I have accumulated now 5 years before Woodstock happened. And I would like to learn to be an act, to be on one of the not main stages, but one of the bigger stages as an musical act, but not give a fuck enough to have to be a main act and enjoy Woodstock for what it was.
That might actually be the best answer we've gotten, including our own.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, dude, because no one has heard like anything that is like dude, I would have synth and they would blow.
Yeah.
They would think I'm a witch. Like
Oh, they'd burn you.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'd be
Oh
at
my
Woodstock
God.
being burned.
That's like the Dewey Cox story.
Oh.
When he's playing heavy metal and they're like, no one's gonna want to listen to this. Yeah, that would
no,
literally be
dude,
that.
like seriously, that's like the whole thing about like being like a photographer and like behind the scenes. I would love to be a part of that like whole thing.
That would be incredible, man.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was sitting with a Macintosh, like a MacBook Pro, and everyone's just like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "You don't even know Steve Jobs." Like,
Where do I plug this into? Like,
No.
they would. Oh, you know what? The amps probably wouldn't even allow me to
amps
fucking.
wouldn't- yeah.
Nah,
No.
dude, I would have to bring my own generator for my own time.
Yeah.
Whatever I have, you gave me the law that I could. No, but I would love to make it to where I could be, because Dimitri Martin's movie has taught me everything about Woodstock.
Yeah.
I would love to basically just work myself up to be a part of the music industry up until then, and then be a part of it and like probably perform or. I mean, they had open performances during Woodstock constantly. That was the whole thing. It was free expression, except for like Hendrix on the main stage and shit like that. But
Well, Hendrix was still kind of free expression.
dude, that guy had acid strips in his fucking headband
Yeah.
while
heroin.
playing guitar.
Yeah.
Well, heroin wasn't as bad back
You
then.
know,
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
kicked out of the military because all he wanted to do was play his guitar.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he
Yep.
brought his guitar with him everywhere. And
Yeah.
then he wasn't even like dishonorably discharged. They were just like, get out.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it because he was black though too?
That was he had some
Segregation and
issues
stuff
with
like
it, yeah,
that?
but it was also like he would bring his guitar everywhere, and like he got in trouble a lot because like they were supposed to be quiet, and he would just like start playing like some badass shit, you know, and like they eventually were just like, yeah, leave,
Wow.
and then went on to be Jimi Hendrix, man.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
good dude, cool dude.
But,
choked on his own vomit.
So sad.
Yeah, 27, wasn't he?
Yeah, 27 Club.
Yeah, shit. I'm 28, almost 29. I'm past that.
Same.
Moment of Glory's gone,
37
man.
Club, baby.
37 Club, marking it down now.
I shouldn't make that joke.
But yeah.
No, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you
This
so
is
much
wonderful.
for coming
Honestly,
on.
I really liked Mike's episode, but this is, I think you're tied with Mike's episode.
This is
honestly.
I don't know Mike, but I'm down.
Mike B. He actually listens to the podcast, and like he came over and like he gave us the camera and like the GoPro and all this other shit.
And we just had.
Well, I hope he enjoyed the
Dude,
calculus stories.
He's one of the few people that watches this, and like he will love this.
Dude, I'll be a recurring guest. This is just
Dude,
fun.
I-
I
Yeah.
enjoy your guys' company.
Oh yeah, it's
so.
just we
You-
we have more stories,
yeah.
I'm sure. So
You
I'll
and
bring my
Mike
brother
for
next
sure.
time.
I want Mitch on. I was gonna say
I'll have
I
him sit on
wanted
my
to-
lap, and then we'll like during like the intermissions, we'll switch.
okay.
We'll switch sides and shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Brandon will sit on my lap.
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
But-
this honestly, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
It was good,
But,
especially
yeah.
with how fucking 2020 and life has been. It's good to actually.
2020's gone, man. It's 2021. Let's go.
And thank you so much for the shoot. It really was fun. I know we hit you up for it, but like it was like really, really fun to do it with you, and you made it fun.
I'm
And
glad. I'm glad.
You did
I
really,
look
really
forward
well.
to future shoots.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
future episodes and having you involved with
Yeah.
whatever the fuck we're doing.
yeah, and in the future we definitely plan to have like obviously try to have more people on that do things and try and do stuff with other photographers and
Other everything.
other everything. But we will have the links for you again. We'll get those after this. And thanks for listening.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Jeff's page. The
Yeah.
Regime.
Stay safe and be good.
Yeah. I don't know why I looked at the camera again to say bye. There's no camera.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.